security of the country is something that was the big focus of. I'm being joined right now by Advocate Manas Sweethapar. I also have with me Advocate Deshrata Nigam. Thank you very much for joining us on the telecast. And I'm going to take these questions one by one and what the people have to say. And my first question in this governance survey of the Bharat Pulse Survey was, how would you rate the performance of Modi government? And Deshrata Nigam, a good percentage, 39% have given a thumbs up to the Modi government.
Yes, Megha, in fact, if you look at it, 32% say excellent and 39% say good. And now if you take the average 18%, which means it has maintained itself. Average, generally, people think that the government has maintained itself. And those are the people, who are quite critical, but still say it is an average. So overall performance of the government, given its track record of the previous 10 years and the first quarter results that have come out of the economy is clearly points towards a growth. Yes, the recent quarter result that came out was 5.4% of GDP growth, which generally happens between the two agricultural seasons. And when you have a good monsoon, then the next quarter results are always better. And because we are expecting, because 109% of the long-term average rainfall and precipitation has taken place this year, we expect a good bumper harvest in the next season.
Okay.
So overall, I believe it reflects the realities on the ground. And that is what your survey is also showing,
right,
that people are very hopeful. They have a positive outlook about this government. And yes, there are challenges. Nobody denies that there are challenges because the world is not growing at the rate which India is growing. India remains one of the fastest growing, largest economy. And it's very resilient. And however, the international impact on India's economy will certainly be there, because there it is not growing very fast.
Okay.
So India has
all
to
right.
deal with
All
that
right,
challenge.
fair enough. I'm going to get in Advocate Manas Sweethapar as well. Your response, Manas Sweethapar, keeping in mind the 2024 Lok Sabha election results, but this has been, a perception that has been built by the Modi government, not in the course of 1 year, but in the course of the last 10 years.
I think it's very consistent for Prime Minister Narendra Modi to have such kind of result even after this third term. I think it's very interesting to have this as an outcome. Also, what is interesting is with that 240 dip, after that this results coming in his favor, and then wherein 39% have said good and 32% have said excellent. I think that's a very good congratulatory thing for him and BJP. So there is no doubt about it. Yes, people are not happy. The vote is there, but the larger number of people are good and above. So that's a very good thing for Prime Minister Narendra Modi. So that validation is there for him. That counter narrative of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is not very successful, or it's still not very much there. Opposition needs to work out very much to create that narrative, the counter narrative against Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But as of now, I think everything is on his favor.
Okay.
Even with the dip, even with the unemployment ratios, even then, having said that, even with the GST and the rise of petrol and diesel and rupee falling, even after all these muddes, even after all these issues, people still are happy with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which is a very good thing for him. So in narrative setting, in terms of the trust which people should have for a Prime Minister, I think it's bang on for him and his government.
Okay.
There is no...
Okay, all right. That will be interesting to watch, because in the span of the next 1.5 hours, we also spoke particularly about the prospects of Narendra Modi fighting another election, and it will be, like I said, interesting to gauge the people's people's pulse in that regard as well. But moving on to the second question of